but the city itself has no power to approve the Constitution, or it's not necessary for the city to approve the Constitution. Now, the changes that have been suggested, as I said, are technical, and for the most part, they involve specific sections in the Constitution that might conflict each other, and as well there are some clauses that are considered to be unclear. I won't go through them because there are several and there are detailed, but just to give you a couple of examples, Article 1 of the Charter defines a member to include a business owner with a White Rock Class 6 business license. Technically speaking, there's no such thing as a Class 6 business license. Class 6 is the property classification that the BC Assessment Authority assigns to commercial properties. So that's a technical a matter that needs to be cleaned up, I guess. Another example is the actual Constitution quotes the Society Act in saying, in stating some of the things that the bylaw should include, but in fact that Constitution is the bylaw, so again another technical matter. So generally they're all that type of item. Another article looks like it was in draft form. It wasn't finalized because it actually says perhaps delete this section. So these are the types of changes that have been suggested. Another clause uses the terminology designated tenant, but that isn't defined anywhere in the Constitution. I can go on if Council wishes, but these are the types of changes that have been suggested.
I think that Council gets the idea there of a housekeeping nature. Councilor McLean.
So thank you, Madam Mayor. Staff indicated in the report the city's expectations that these amendments, improvements to the White Rock Business Improvement Association's constitutions be made and reported to the city of Deschutes in the BIA bylaw before January 15th. So I will just have that, make that as a motion that to be amended to the main motion under number 2, the Dallas Station.
Ms. Arthur, could you please read that back?
So if I can help Ms. Arthur, would be that to include subject to receiving an approved future business promotion scheme and the previously noted amendments and improvements to the Constitution be made no later than January 2011.
Is there a seconder for that amendment?
I'll second it. I think we made it a condition, right?
Okay. I would like to have some clarification on that, Ms. Kurylo. My understanding is that we have no authority over the Constitution, so therefore, why would that be? I don't see the relevance in that part of the motion. Is that correct?
Well, yes, you're correct, Your Worship. There is no legal requirement for the city to approve this. However, the city supports good business practices, so along those lines, you know, it is a good practice it is good for the BIA to make these types of amendments to its Constitution, which I understand are underway.
So we can make the recommendations for them to make changes to their Constitution, but we can't stipulate that that is part of the renewal process because legally we are not entitled to that power.
That's correct.
Okay. Under those grounds, I will not be supporting the amendment. I will, if there's any other questions, I will call question on the amendment. Councillor Sinclair?
I guess I want to ask why it's in the report then, because if it's not relevant to us, then why is it even in the report?
Ms. Kurylo.
Your Worship, that was in follow-up to previous discussions with City Council, and perhaps I could ask the City Manager if she could assist in answering this question.
Yes, the Constitution of the BIA was also brought up in the court proceedings, and a new Constitution is required. The one thing in the bylaw is the 1 month notice of providing any change in the Constitution to us, so that's our legal requirement, any changes in the Constitution.
Okay, but we cannot control the
No.
Constitution, therefore my position stands as I will not be supporting this amendment. Councillor McLean.
So is it my understanding that council will give another kick at the can when the bylaw is provided to the city 30 days before
That's
the meeting? And the city staff, based on this report, will be bringing a recommendation back that if this best practices and correction of references is not made, that we would not recommend adoption of the bylaw?
Well, we will review the Constitution, but as I said, we can't approve it. Clearly, we will bring a report forward when, if council approves the 213, we'll bring a recommendation forward at that time.
Okay, thank you very much. Councillor Sinclair.
Well, again, it's been ruled out of order that best practices should not be included in the Constitution. But I guess my message here is I do want to move forward with 213. I do want to move forward with a good, approved by the association of the business promotion scheme, and I want to approve then to move forward with a very strong and constitution that complies with, as Ms. Kurylo indicates, the referencing is proper, the referencing to different things, the definitions are clearly laid out. So there's no confusion within the business community that what the Constitution says and what the responsibilities of the membership are. So hopefully, although it's not a motion, my message to the BIA executives here is to take into account the staff for advising them, and hopefully that's going to pass at your AGM, and we can move forward, because the BIA does great work within the city, and we need to support it.
Thank you, Councillor McLean. Councillor Sinclair.
Yeah, I concur with Councillor McLean, but I also think there's a difference between approving and not approving constitutions and bylaws and making it a condition of our passing the bylaw. So there's a very fine line, but it is, I think, a distinction to be made. I voted against your motion to get the changes because I didn't think I needed them to pass this stage, because we will get another look at it. So I guess that's the point at which we'll have to examine and see whether the work has been done to the satisfaction of, and remember, this came from legal advice as well. So I'm prepared to, are we withdrawing that?
It's been moved and seconded, so I will call question. All those in favor of the amendment?
You ruled it out of order.
No, I did not rule it out of order. I said I would not be supporting it, because it goes outside of the powers of the city. That is what I said, Councillor McLean. So I will call question. All those in favor of the amendment? None? Okay, the motion fails. And on the main motion, I will call question. All those in favor? Opposed? None? Carried. Thank you very much.